Chuck.
All right, with us now is Florida Congressman Jared Moskowitz. Congressman, thank you so much for being with us. You know, you ran the Florida Emergency Management Director. You were the director for a number of years. You have supported the idea of a bipartisan investigation into the assassination attempt of Donald Trump. Based on what you've seen so far, where do you think the areas of biggest failure may be?
Well, thanks, John. Thanks for having me. No, look, I was the former director of emergency management in Florida, and after we would have a hurricane and certain things wouldn't go well in a response, we would do an after-action review, right, to determine where the breakdowns were and how we fix them in the future. It's standard protocol. And so I support the call for an investigation. I look forward to being at the hearing a week from yesterday, so it'll be Monday of next week. Unfortunately, Chairman Comer sent a letter out with that request. He only allowed the Republicans of the committee to sign on to that letter. I would have signed it to make this bipartisan in the calls for unity, of course. But look, if we determine through the investigation that there were either breakdowns in procedure, the procedures don't cover this, or there were breakdowns in protocol, meaning they didn't follow their protocol, then obviously there needs to be accountability. And at that time, I would call for the head of the Secret Service to either resign or be removed. John, I'm also from Parkland. My house right now is about a mile from where the shooting was at my high school. And when we determined, after we established the commission, the breakdowns in law enforcement's response and in their training, the sheriff who was in charge of that was removed from office.
Parkland is where I first met you, the day after that shooting all those years ago, Congressman. I am curious what you just said, that James Comer, the chairman of the Oversight Committee, did not put any of your names, the Democrats, on that list, because you said now is the time to lower the temperature. So based on what you're seeing so far in the last 72 hours, how's that going?
Well, look, there are a number of people I serve with. We're doing joint letters. We're trying to bring some unity, but obviously, look, we're not going to bat 1,000. There are some people there that aren't interested in that. And this was an opportunity for Comer to reach across the aisle to the Democrats that serve with him on the committee and show that we're interested in getting to the bottom of this. Let's be clear, this was an assassination attempt on a former president. I don't care what party they're associated with. We're part of the legislative branch. It's our job to investigate what happened here. This could easily have happened to a Democratic president or a Democratic congressman or a senator. We've seen that in the past, by the way, with both Gabby Giffords and Steve Scalise. And so Democrats have an interest to figure out also why there was such a breakdown in either procedure or protocol and fix it. And I look forward to working with the Republicans on the committee, but obviously it was a missed opportunity by the chairman. He should have allowed the Democrats to sign that letter.
Congressman, you're colorful. You're one of the more colorful members of Congress, Democrat or Republican. So when you say lower the temperature, I kind of want to know what you think that includes, because it was, what, like 2 months ago, not even, where you signed on to a proposal to name the federal prison in Florida after Donald Trump. You said everyone knows President Trump loves to write his name in gold letters on all his buildings, but he's never had his name on a federal building before as a public servant. I just want to help the former president, help us make that dream a reality. Is that the type of thing that you would do today if you're trying to lower the temperature? Where does that fit?
Well, look, I don't think there's anything wrong with a little sarcasm and humor in the political process. We were responding to the fact that they were trying to name Dulles Airport after Donald Trump. That has nothing to do with any threats against the president, of course, right? Lowering the temperature is lowering the specific language, right? And it is a both sides, all sides issue. I hate doing that, but it is, right? Politics right now, right? It's about, defining your party in the most extreme way as a way to market and sell. Because let's be honest, anger sells, right? There's a whole grifting empire. There's a whole anger empire. You see it on social media. You see it in podcasts. Unity and kumbaya doesn't really get people to vote, but anger does. But it's incumbent upon us in Congress, who are part of that problem, right? Because we're part of this whole system, and so I've talked to a number of members, many of which I don't agree with ideologically, whether that's Matt Gaetz or Anna Paulina Luna, about trying to figure out how we can bring the temperature down. Because look, a lot of us are parents. We've got kids, right? Whether you're on the left, you're on the right, and if we continue down this path, right, it's going to be our colleagues next. We've already seen that in the past. And so we have a responsibility to disagree, but not dehumanize each other.